I'm Martha, and this is the story of how I became a legend. I'm on summer break now, but at high school, I had a math teacher who was also our algorithm teacher. Being a nerd, I spent most of my time in math class coding or playing games on my trusty TI-89 titanium calculator, and yet I still had good grades in math. He wasn't really okay with that and told me many times to stop disrespecting his course and to stop coming if I didn't care. Fast forward to the end of March, and students are already talking about the pranks they'll do on April Fools. Students being students, here are some of the best ideas they could come up with.
Hey, let's all pretend to be asleep. Hey, let's all hide beneath our desks. Hey, let's start singing happy birthday for no reason.
People were not convinced. I knew this would be yet another massive failure, added to the sad list of bad pranks, and most of all, I knew half the students didn't care about April Fools, and none of these pranks work if everyone doesn't join in on the fun. I decided to take matters into my own hands. On April Fool's Day, analysis started. I needed something I could do on my own or with minimal help. Nobody could know about it or it could ruin the surprise. This needed to be simple enough to be prepared on the spot, but elaborate enough to be unpredictable. I had an idea. Lesson starts. Math teacher walks in. The class falls silent. Students glance at each other. The teacher knows. Then it happens before my eyes. 4 students put their arms on their desks and drop their heads. They were pretending to be sleeping. One student joins the movement as an act of solidarity. The rest of the class just stares in awe at that atrociously, badly coordinated attempt at a prank. The teacher grunts, "April Fools." It was a failure in the eyes of many, but a success in mine. Thank you, fallen soldiers. Without you, the teacher would have kept expecting a similarly atrocious joke all course long. The teacher starts teaching, and I wait. I'm sitting at the back of the room, to the right. Behind me is a wall. To my right is my Indian comrade, and to my right, my Algerian brother. They are not yet aware of the mental battle I am dealing with. Half an hour in, everyone forgot about the events that had taken place, and maths was, allegedly, the only subject in everyone's mind. The time had come. My head rotates towards my Indian companion, and I murmur the following. I'm going to pretend to fall. Do not ask any questions. Just pull as hard as you can on the leg of my chair. His eyes shimmer. His hand reaches to the bottom of the wooden chair I'm sitting on. He pulls. You're too heavy, he complains. Just go for it. He pulls with twice the strength. I tilt my body to the right and fall behind my Algerian brother. Confused, he looks at me worried. I wink and signal him to not say a word. The sound of my tumbling alerts the rest of the class. Everyone looks towards me in shock for a mere second. Then they burst out laughing. I stay there, not moving. I am lying on the ground making sure nobody can see my face. They all keep laughing for a few more excruciatingly long seconds, expecting me to get up in shame and sit down on my chair. I don't. Why the fuck are you all laughing? Maybe he broke his neck or something. The room falls silent once again. I pray to the gods to protect that one girl who spoke up. I could not have reached martyrdom if not for your help. I can't thank you enough. I stay silent, on the ground. I hear the teacher slowly walk towards me. He proceeds across the room. Time slows down and I can feel everyone looking at him, then at me. He arrives next to my Indian friend and, fearing the worst, peeks at me. He can now see my face. I hadn't prepared that far ahead, so all I can mutter is, "Hello." His face goes red. He storms to his desk, then back to me while I stand up. The class bursts out laughing one final time. Then he yells for me to get the F out. He orders the student to take me to the principal's office. We both get out, walk a few steps in the hallway. Then I stop and ask the other student to wait and listen for a bit. The class is still laughing. The sound of student laughter is filling the whole school. Then I hear what I had been waiting for. "Alex, out!" I salute my brother in arms as he walks outside, choking with laughter. He's been a casualty of my prank, a scapegoat that took the blame for the entire class's uncontrollable guffawing. I start walking again, proud of my deed, proud of having saved this year's April Fools. The principal didn't punish me for it, but my maths teacher made sure to fire me from the next few algorithm classes, and he gave me a 0 to the coming test, knowing that I would have gotten a 20 out of 20 if I'd taken it. Still, this was all worth it and stayed engraved in the history books. I had become an April Fool's legend.